Hello, hello, it's me again, the Metaverse Explorer. This is the 16th of July, 2022, and this is cryptocurrency news today. Thank you very much for joining me. First off, thank you for liking and subscribing. Dancing Pepe, it is the bear market right now. We appreciate your efforts as always. Ciao for now, man. All right, so today's news, we're going to be looking at Coinbase, a bit of metrics, some news coming out, and a new standard. Most importantly of all, I think the fundraisers that are still happening at the moment. We had a giant overnight news cycle of fundraisers. So first off, we know that Coinbase has actually just now stopped its affiliation program. And this is like, I don't know if you guys know, affiliate programs are where like a giant company says, oh, you can use this code with all of your consumers, all of your viewers, and when they sign up, you get a small cut. Okay, and that allows the influencers to continue, getting new members on board and using their product. Because to Coinbase or to whoever else, they don't really care, right? They just want more users. They don't care if they pay you $100 and then they get $1,000 in fees from the 10 users that come to them. So Coinbase right now has actually stopped its affiliate program. It's shutting down in USA. There is a few more, there was some nuance to it. Coinbase employees said to their close friend that they're temporarily shutting down its US affiliate marketing program effective July 19th. Now, this is not a good sign. This last time Coinbase had fired 20% or 15% of its staff or something, and now they're shutting down their affiliate program. It's like they're cutting costs wherever they can to try and survive this bear market. And at the moment, it doesn't look good for Coinbase, right? They're stopping the Coinbase Pro as well, or they're stopping some kind of other. Yeah, look at this. Coinbase is falling out of the coveted list of the world's top 10 digital asset exchanges by volume as the markets battle crypto winter. It's crazy, right? They're stopping it. Why are they closing it? We don't really know. In reply, Coinbase discusses problem faced in the current market conditions of cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, Ethereum. Major exchanges are going downwards right now. Some companies like Coinbase are facing money-related financial issues. You know what exchange is not facing financial issues at the moment? Binance and FTX, okay? Coinbase raked it in when they had their IPO and like people were buying their stocks to the crazy amount. You know, when the stocks was at the highest, one of their CEOs or one of the board members sold a lot of their Coinbase stock. Why? Yeah, why would they do that? Because they knew it was super overvalued. But hey, now they can buy even more Bitcoin with their money, right? So for me, I don't even use Coinbase myself. I only use FTX and Binance. FTX mainly because it has affiliations with Solana. I can just transfer easily to Solana network. This isn't good news overall for Coinbase, okay? There is another article, but it's actually through like a paid subscription. I didn't want to show you that. I'm not going to pay for a subscription for a news article. It's unfortunate, I think, because now we are in the bear market. We're going to see a lot of consolidation, a lot of the really crazy spending habits that they used to do. They're not going to do it anymore. They're like, okay, we don't know how long the bear's going to last for. We have to actually, save money instead of using it for crappy influencer marketing and get more people. Because even if you pay influencers $1,000 now, there's still not a lot of people that are going to come to crypto because the prices are not attractive to a lot of people. Let's look at Waggle Network and looking at the active on-chain addresses throughout the crypto industry. Number one, and I know this might be slightly biased, but look at that. It's Solana. Okay, Solana has 4.15 million addresses. And this is actually by Nansen, right? This is the sources Nansen, which is like a doing analytics or like data dashboards where people can query a lot of blockchain data. So our first most active address is Solana, followed by BNB, followed by Ethereum at 1.72, followed by Polygon. Now, all of these have their little niches, right, of people who are interested in doing stuff on that chain. So for Solana, we have the giant NFT community, maybe slightly DeFi, and not much else, okay, and lots of experimentation. On BNB, they still have a community like the OG Binance Smart Chain community. They're still doing some DeFi, they're still doing some farms and not as much NFTs, so I don't really know where these BNB people are still there, why they're still around. For Ethereum, we can see here, OG, what can you say? They're still doing lots of farms, lots of NFTs, lots of exchanging, lots of Uniswap transactions, all this sort of stuff. Polygon, this is like the preferred Ethereum layer 2 at the moment for smart contracts and kind of, let's say, cheaper transactions on an EVM platform. Ronin, these are all the people that are playing Axie Infinity at the moment. Avalanche, these are the people who wish they they got a lot of money ahead of time, but they didn't because Avalanche didn't pump like they wanted them to, and they're still going across. Phantom, same thing. This is the alt layer 1 plays. So far, Solana is beating them by a long shot. Avalanche, no. Phantom, no. Arbitrum is a layer 2 on Ethereum, and I think Arbitrum Odyssey started, and it is on pause at the moment. So there's like not a lot of activity at the moment because people are hopefully going to be getting some NFTs and maybe an RB token airdrop, which is not happening anytime soon. Terra, of course, we know that by UST, it's not quite clear if this is old Terra or new Terra network, but Terra is going down. I think all of their projects and all of their developers have crossed over to Polygon. They snatched a whole bunch of them. Optimism, now these are the people that are using Optimism, which is a layer 2. It's a lot cheaper as well than Ethereum, and there is an OP token. And the OP token is given out to people who are active on chain. So these 33,000 people, they are going to be earning OP tokens. CeeLo, nothing much happening on CeeLo. Let's move on. So we have an Ethereum dev who has now kind of slightly confirmed that the merge is happening on September. So I don't know if you know, but the merge is Ethereum going from proof of stake to proof of work to proof of stake. There is a bit more nuance to it, but basically it means that it's going to allow for slightly faster transactions and not as much. The fees shouldn't be unchanged, to be honest. So this is what he's saying. So the Grawley, these are all test nets. They're releasing on 21st or 28th of July. They announced it on the 28th. I don't know what Bellatrix is on the 8th of August. Grawley merge is going to be happening on the 11th. The mainnet merge plan so far is like August-ish. And then September for Bellatrix, which I assume is maybe a test net as well. I'm not entirely sure. Merges in 2 weeks later, maybe September 9th. So could be more aggressive in places, could have off-scheduled ACD to set mainnet earlier, all subject to Grawley merge not blowing up. So this is like a process, right? This has been a long-ass process over the long years for the Ethereum to transition to proof of stake, which is, and to get there is one of them is the merge. Now, it all depends on how it actually goes on testnet, exactly as it says here. If they get giant testnet bugs, then, hey, it's going to be pushed back again, and then they're going to have to delay the difficulty bomb again, and there's a whole bunch of stuff, okay? I'm not an Ethereum maxi, but it's really interesting to keep an eye on this because this does play into the price action of Ethereum, okay? Next topic is Russia. Russia has now come out, or Vladimir Putin himself, he is Russia, really. He's now banned digital payments in Russia. Keyword banned. Okay, you can't stop me from sending a Bitcoin transaction to someone in Russia if they have a Bitcoin wallet. Okay, now I think what he's done is actually banned stuff within Russia, so Russia can't send to Russia. It adds to a previously prohibition against cryptocurrency payments in the country. Let's read some of the key points, right? The law was approved by Russian Assembly, which is known as the Duma. It bans the use of digital securities and utility tokens as a means of payment for goods, services, and products in Russia. The amendment helps the previous bill that was drafted in 2020. In February, Russia's Ministry of Finance introduced a bill to Parliament that would regulate cryptocurrencies in the country. This is a contrast to the Bank of Russia, which has pushed for crypto activity to be banned. This is in contrast to the view of the Bank of Russia, which has pushed for crypto activity to be banned. Russia has come under scrutiny this year for its alleged use of cryptocurrencies to evade sanctions following its invasion of Ukraine. Hey, they are a sovereign country. They can do what they want, okay? The U.S. has been monopolizing and using the U.S. currency as a weapon, right? They're saying, if we don't like your country, we're going to put lots of sanctions on you so that if you have any of our assets, like you can't move it, it's frozen, you don't have access to it at all. Why would anyone else feel safe doing that? Even if they're a good country or a bad country, it doesn't matter, right? If US or any other country can freeze your own funds that you have because it's simply denominated in US dollars, that's a bad thing, right? So everyone should be, and I think the world currently has realized that the US is not a good country anymore. I think they're going to start moving away from the US dollar standard to something that hopefully Bitcoin and Satoshis as a unit of account or unit of measure or unit of energy, because if the US keeps printing all this money and they've frozen Russia's funds, they print 10 billion, 10 trillion more, Russia's funds is not going to be worth much anytime soon, right? Next topic I want to talk about is, so I found this article which was very, very interesting. It's pre-minting 1 million NFTs for less than $2, okay? It's very interesting, and it talks about the different types of ERC721s. So in Ethereum, there are different token types or token standards. We have ERC20, which is what we usually use for DeFi tokens. You know, if you have Uni or Sushi or any token that lives on Ethereum, it usually is an ERC20 token. We have ERC721 tokens, which are NFT tokens. And now we have a derivative of this, ERC721i. Okay, it's pre-minting millions of NFTs at the same time. So he pre-minted 1 million NFTs for less than $2. Now this is very significant because in the NFT community, it costs you, one, to get a transaction through, and two, to mint that NFT. Okay, so really, when you mint an NFT, you're actually paying for two things. You're paying for the Ethereum gas fees, and then you're paying for the NFT itself. Now, because of this, we've seen a lot of NFTs actually price themselves super, super low because you're still paying for gas fees because, you know, it adds up. It's $50 or $100 all up. So in this instance, he's saying that you can get it down to less than $2 so that you're actually paying not for gas fees, but you're paying for the NFT itself. You can find links to our demo collection on OpenSea at the end of the article. So basically, he gives us an idea of the different types of NFT minting. We have pre-mint versus batch mint versus lazy minting. Let's go ahead and read a little bit about each of them. So NFTs can be expensive. There are a few options such as batch minting, but this only shifts the cost to other users or other types of transactions like transfers. So lazy minting is when the creator defines the NFT but does not mint them all up front. Instead, the purchaser is required to mint the NFT at a time of purchase and therefore also pay the gas fees for minting. This method simply shifts the cost to the purchaser because, one, I have to buy the NFT and pay for gas fee. Who wants to pay for minting 10,000 NFTs up front? No one. No one really wants to do that. Batch minting is when you mint a bunch of NFTs upfront and therefore pays for the fees of minting the batch. So the creator mints 10,000 by themselves, and then you come along and you just come and accumulate one of them. Okay, this has been made popular by Azuki team in the 721A standard, and their improvements to the standard. However, ERC721A can save costs during minting. The costs are sometimes shifted to transfers. For this reason, this method is still restricted by limits of the sizes of the batches. Pre-minting is when the contract auto-mints all of the NFTs upfront to the contract deployer. In this way, we can pre-mint a gazillion NFTs for nearly half the cost of minting a single standard. And this does not involve any shifting or cost either. In fact, our approach deviates very little from OpenZeppelin's ERC21 contract. So let's go ahead and read. We're going to skim past the technical details, okay? I won't get it, you won't get it, so it's all good. What the key takeaway is, no more lazy minting fees, no more high transfer fees, no more minting fees, period. Pre-mint all of them for half the cost of minting a single NFT and be done with it. This, ladies and gentlemen, might be a game changer. It might be something very, very good for the ecosystem. He talks on a little bit more. During our test on Rinkeby, Rinkeby is a test network of Ethereum, so people can go play around, play whatever with fake funds. I noticed that OpenSea doesn't like to index very far past 20 NFTs. Can't blame them. You know, he did a gazillion of them. Once the token transferred to another account, everything is standard and the NFTs get registered everywhere. So it's like OpenSea doesn't like to recognize them because there's such a large amount of them, past 20,000. But once you transfer one of them, it recognizes all of them. You open the door to OpenSea. So basically, they give us some more resources here. What's the next step? It's porting the pre-mint over to ERC1155 contracts. Upgrade the contracts. I don't know what Soulmate's contracts are. Make sure there is a max supply and break back the all tokens array. So the max supply is a difficult thing to kind of expand. So it's okay. We'll glean over it. Conclusion, by breaking down the instance of what an NFT is on-chain, we can greatly reduce the amount of state required to account for an initial amount and an initial order. This is good. This is good news. I'm very happy for this. I hope this succeeds. Rob Seaward, I'm going to go ahead and follow you. Thank you very much for the information. Now, I wanted to show you second last is kind of the token unlocks coming. So you guys probably know, I know as well. So whenever there is a token that goes for a first ICO or a official DEX offering, the first time it comes out, right, only a small amount of that token actually is in supply, okay? Let's say there's 100% of the token, right? And they give out 5% to a public sale, which is the one you and me get. We're on YouTube. We don't have connections. We get only a small percentage of that 5%, right? Now, the team themselves, the VC investors, the private investors, all those guys get their own allocations, okay? When they get their own allocations, it's not circulating supply like me and you. We can freely trade it right now. They have it as a locked supply, okay? They don't have access to it for a while. Doesn't mean they can't exchange it OTC. They can change between their rich friends, no problem. Be like, hey, I have this wallet that contains this many locked tokens. I'll give it to you for a Bentley or a Lamborghini, whatever. They can still do that. That's called an OTC trade. Now, because their tokens are locked, they can't really sell it on the market. They can sell it, exchange it with their friends, but they can't sell it on the market. Over a prolonged period of time, their tokens start unlocking and becoming free for them to touch and free for them to transfer or use, right, in the open market in the same way you and I do. And usually what they do is because they sell that token on the market. Because me and you have priced the token at a much higher price, they come along, they bought the token at $1. It's now worth $10. They're like, oh, this thing I paid $100 is now $1,000. I'm just going to go ahead and take my $100 out, or at least take out $1,000 because that's what they can do. And that's what token unlocking is. Over a prolonged period of time, all their tokens become free. There are a lot of token unlocks coming between the July to December timeframe for way more than 100 tokens. Here is a few of them, okay? You can see here, so there is the total supply, which is the entirety of the token. A part of that is circulating supply. A part of that is locked supply. So now we're going to see what the locked supply is. They're going to be unlocked at different rates, sometimes daily, sometimes there's a whole bunch of them. Look at this one, NIM. I don't even know what token it is. This one, NIM. Total supply is about 1 billion. That's 100,000 million billion. 1 billion. Circulating supply is 68 million. On the 14th of July, there's going to be 13 million tokens being unlocked. That is a huge amount, okay? There's going to be like 1/6 of the entire circulating supply now comes free. So the VCs now have access to like a lot of tokens. What are they going to do with it? It's free, kind of free floating now. They can sell it right on the market if you want. Some of these unlock every single day. So for Cadena, there's 60,000 tokens that unlocks every day. Okay, so if you're holding 1,000 Cadena, tomorrow there's going to be 60,000 more Cadena floating around. What does that mean for you, right? It means if you're not one of these guys that has tokens unvesting, you're just getting diluted. Doesn't matter how high the staking rewards are. Even if you get 6% staking rewards, they just got 1,000% free floating. Okay. Bonfida, some of these have ridiculous token supply metrics. Like when they do an IDO, they release only like 1% of the supply, and then the VCs have 5% or 10%. And then after 5 years, or after 1 year or a couple of months, they have all their tokens unlocked. Example for StepN, for GMT, there is a token unlock coming on the 18th of July. So if you watch any of my videos, you're in StepN, you use GST or GMT, there is a large unlock coming on the 18th of July, which is like in 2 days, okay? So I would really watch out for GMT, okay? I would really, really watch out for it. There's still heaps of them. This is a giant document, right? Let's see if we can get some of them. So StepN, GMT, that's that one. Oasis Network, August, 200 million tokens out of 10 billion tokens. Oh man, there's heaps, man. Anything else? Merit Circle is coming out soon. Solus, Human Protocol, Really, Moonbeam, Clever Finance. All of these, if you're going to be a Web3 participant, you have to understand how these tokenomics work and how they get unlocked by the VCs and when they get unlocked. Because if you could know that in 1 month from now, there's going to be 10 times more tokens in the market, is the price going to go up 10 times to absorb all those tokens, or is it going to go down because there's 10 times as much on the market? Does that make sense? Yeah, there's still heaps of them, right? I would recommend you guys go and follow Crypto Gammaverse. It says if you honestly, I don't need your money. I'm doing it for myself and helping those who are not aware about tokenomics or have enough time to research. Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. Let's have a look at some of the seed funding that's happened. A few of them have happened overnight. One of them I am super, super bullish on, okay? ZKX. It's got a seed funding, 4.5 million by Starkware, Alameda Research, Crypto.com, Huobi, and a few other heavy hitters, right? Orange DAO, Hashkey Capital. I am super, super interested in this. So let's find out about ZK. So it's DeFi, a permissionless protocol for derivatives built on Starknet. Alameda, anything Alameda Research touches, I am super on top of. Okay, let's go ahead and look at their website. Next thing that caught my mind, $100 million raise for FIRE, 5IRE, and they are a layer 1 sustainable blockchain with a mission to bring shift from profit to for-benefit economy, from for-profit to a for-benefit economy. Hard to see there. Bylines, $4 million, Scalar Capital, Consensus, so it's an Ethereum thing, it's messaging and wallets. So look at this, gaming, layer 1, trading derivatives, DEX, membership and rewards. And last time we saw this one. So very interesting. Let's look at ZK. Power in options. Oh, they're a perpetual swap. Amazing. We love perpetual swaps. You can join their waitlist. Let's see what jobs they're hiring at the moment. Anything, like I said, anything that Alameda touches, I am like, yes, I'm going to look. So they need a QA engineer, software engineer, social media manager, remote lead design, VP engineering. Nice. Social media manager. I wonder if I can do this as well. So it's an Indian it's an Indian company. Yeah, that's all good. No difference. So what's FIRE? It's a layer 1. Should we look at FIRE? Let's have a look. They raised 100 million for a 1.5 billion dollar evaluation. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Let's have a look. FIRE blockchain. Blockchain meets sustainability. Build on FIRE. Is anyone building on them now? Oh, look at that. Let's look at this. 600 TPS per second. TPS transaction throughput is 60,000. 600 millisecond block transaction time. Block generation is 3 seconds. Block size is 4 megabytes. Geez, they're going to need some storage for all this block space. Patents and research. IPFS, blockchain, DNS, patent records. Discover FIRE. Sure. Investors, bookings.com. Really? Booking.com. Really? Crypto Climate Cord, HSBC. Wow, GBA. I need to find out more about these guys. Okay. Validator, become a validator, validate documentation, community, careers, FIRE ambassador. Who's the team? Let's find the team. Are they public? Yes. Patrick, co-founder, Pratik, Vilma, Sai, Dandraj, Chris Wadia. Might be Indian team, most likely. Project manager, Vigesh, Akash, Indian. Yes, so it might be heavily Indian based. Okay, let's see what careers they're looking out for. Oh, there is an ambassador program. Yeah. Submit an application, interview with the FIRE team, become a junior ambassador, progress to expert ambassador, big perks. Interesting. I'm going to look out for these guys myself. Okay, I'm going to leave it here, guys. This is Metaverse Explorer, and this is Dancing Pepe. Thank you very much for your service, Dancing Pepe. Dancing Pepe, look at all these funds that are raising in the bear market. Is it really the bear market? There is so much money flowing around. Look at this. Look at this money flowing around. Holy crap. All right, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching. This has been Metaverse Explorer. I will chat to you tomorrow. Ciao.